Welcome to the tutorial for the mileage log template. This tutorial will cover the new features of the mileage log as well as how to fill it out correctly. Let's get started. The form is an Excel sheet that has tabs corresponding to the months of the federal fiscal year, October to September. These month tabs will prevent you from forgetting to delete old numbers and will also function as a reminder that travel will not be accepted past 60 days of the departure date, so you should get in the habit of turning in your mileage every month. If your travel exceeds one sheet, this last tab is an extra sheet so you don't have to delete the current mileage and reprint. Click on the current month. Fill in your name and employee ID in these sections on the top. This section over here on the top right is where you enter the miles from your house to your workplace. This is needed to correctly calculate duty post, which we will go over in detail later in this tutorial. You can find the miles by using Google Maps or MapQuest and entering your home and work address. It's important that you only put the miles from your home to your office one way. Now that you have these filled out, you can move on to filling out the rest of the form. Column A is where you enter the date your travel took place. Columns B and C are where you enter the sites you traveled to and from. If you traveled to or from your home, simply write home in the to or from box. Otherwise, write the name of the site you traveled to or from, such as office or Selina Kyle Elementary School. Addresses are not needed. Column D is where you denote whether or not this was round trip. If you traveled from one place to another and then back to your starting point, such as traveling from your office to a school and then back to the office, you would select yes in this drop-down list. If this was only one way, select no. Columns E and F are for the odometer readings for that particular trip. If you have denoted that this was round trip, only enter the odometer readings one way, as the form will automatically double the mileage if you have selected yes in column D. Column G is another yes or no drop-down list for whether or not to subtract duty post. Your duty post is your office, and according to policy, the mileage to and from your home to your office is not reimbursable. So if you went directly from your house to a site during normal work hours, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., you will need to subtract the amount of miles between your house and office. For example, Harley Quinn lives 5 miles away from her office. Today she went to a health fair at Riddler Academy, which is 15 miles away from her home. She left directly from her house at 9:30 a.m. and drove to the site. Because she left from her home during work hours, she would need to subtract the extra mileage she would have driven to her office if she had left from her office instead of her home. So 5 miles would need to be subtracted from her total mileage to account for her duty post. This is why you have entered the miles from your house to your office in the box in the top right. If you travel directly to or from your home during work hours, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, select yes. This will automatically subtract the correct amount of duty post from your mileage, as you can see over in column I. If you did not travel to or from your home, or you traveled directly to or from your home outside of work hours, select no. If you do not subtract duty post when traveling to or from your home, you must write a note in the additional info column explaining why, such as left at 7:30 a.m. Fill out your form for the rest of your mileage that month. When finished, it should look something like this. Save the file in a place you will remember. Now print it out and have it signed by your supervisor. If you are the supervisor, only your signature is needed. If a supervisor hasn't signed it off, it cannot be accepted. Now turn this into your travel representative. This concludes the tutorial for the mileage log. If you have any questions, contact the accounting team.